What would you ask God? If you could sit face to face with God, knowing that He lives, listens, and desires to communicate with you, what would you ask Him? Would you rush to ask for the things this world holds dear? Money, fame, success? Or would you dig deeper, asking questions that touch the very core of existence? Would you ask Him why? Why do bad things happen? Why did she leave me? Why do I struggle with these burdens? So many of us long to understand the trials we face, to comprehend why suffering seems so integral to life. Or perhaps you'd ask God, how? How did He create this intricate world with its stunning beauty and mind-boggling complexity? How can you make sense of His grandeur? Maybe you'd dive into the mysteries of science and creation. How does the central limit theorem play a role in the things He made? And what do His creations reveal about Him? Maybe you'd focus on where. Where do we go when we die? Where can we find peace in this chaotic world? Where can we go to be closer to Him? Sometimes we search for a place, a moment, a spiritual home that can ground us in His presence. Or maybe you'd ask what? What is the meaning of your life? What does He want from you? What path should you take? Or even something simple like, what is God's favorite color? These might seem trivial, but at the heart of every question lies a yearning for connection and understanding. So, how does God answer? What if God doesn't respond with words? What if His answers are not as simple as a booming voice from the heavens, but instead something quieter, more profound? Would you feel Him if He embraced you in the form of a friend's comforting hug? Would you notice if He spoke to you through the words of a stranger or the kind advice of your neighbor? Maybe He'd send a message through the music that moves your soul, or a YouTube video that seems to speak directly to your heart at just the right moment. God's voice isn't always loud. Sometimes He speaks through the very elements of the earth, the trembling of the ground, the rise of the waves, or the warmth of a fire. But more often than not, God speaks in whispers. Would you hear Him if He whispered to your heart, giving you peace in a storm or quiet strength in a moment of doubt? Would you recognize His voice if He simply gave you a thought, a fleeting idea that feels like your own but holds a deeper meaning? Are you willing to listen? As a camp counselor, I used to challenge participants with a simple task. Ask God if He loves you. It's a question so fundamental, yet so profound. If you take the time to ask Him the question, if you truly seek an answer with a willing heart, I believe He will respond. But the key is in the listening. God's answers may come in a way we don't expect. Sometimes we look for signs in the clouds or a dramatic intervention, but He speaks to us in the language of the heart, in moments of quiet reflection, in the kindness of others, and in the beauty of the world He created. To hear Him, we have to quiet our own voices, our own fears, and our own demands. It requires a moment of stillness, an openness to receive whatever form His answer may take. And when you do hear Him, whether through a thought, a feeling, or even a stranger's smile, you will know that it is Him. He will find a way to answer you, but only if you're willing to truly listen.